was weird. Now, fuck. Okay, that's fine. Everything's falling apart. Okay, let's see who the author is for the next one. Search. 2012. That's the wrong one. I'm not looking for that. Shit. No. Fuck, that's not the right number. Search. There we go. That's the one I need. Which... The 2101 and 2012 is written by the same guy. Okay, so it looks like we got one that is co-written by two different people. So let me open up both the author's page real quick. We have a person called VA Links or Alikes and Crane. They co-written Got Shoggoth, which isn't Shoggoth? I know Shoggoth. So we got whatever this is. Oh, okay, this must be a Lynx, I believe. Yeah, this is a Lynx, and they've written a bunch of SCPs that we already read. A Peasant's Punishment, Rise to Color, Structural Cancer, Food of Man, Dr. Wang Tim Young Search and Transplant Kit, Gilded Urinal, The Collectors. Yeah, we read majority of their work, only one joke SCP and a couple tales we haven't read yet. And Crane, same here, we read a bunch of their work already. The most recent one is A Dear Future, which was the third one of Series 3, 2002. Cool. So we are aware of their content. That's cool. Alright, let's see what Got Shoggoth is all about. This one is definitely a bit of a longer one. But let's go. Let's go. Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. SB2102 is to be housed at Site 122 in an L-type humanoid anomaly containment cell, HACC. This will be modified to minimize the probability of injury to SB2102. 2102 is to remain fully restrained at all times, with its hands and feet encased with padded sleeves to avoid accidental or intentional lacerations of its epidermis. SB2102 is to be considered a permanent Class Alpha Red security risk in light of its suicidal tendencies. Oh, well, great. Which we can only assume that it's either humanoid or it's sapient, sentient, both. In case of an unbounded ectoentropic reaction, UER, all on-site personnel not specifically attached to this project are to be evacuated. And 3 members of security staff with at least L2/2102 clearance are to enter SB2102 cell to initiate its breach protocol. Come on, let me fucking... C212/PRT/BRCH-14A V1.2 for more information. Following the incident, SB2101 is to be treated by attached level 3 medical staff for any burns sustained during the incident. Excess tissue is to be excised and the resulting wounds are to be cauterized immediately. This is currently the only reliable way to reduce the amount of tissue generated. Excised tissue is to be destroyed as per the standard biohazard disposal protocol. If its breach protocol fails, all Site 122 personnel with level 3 security clearance have been provided with the passkey to this project's kill switch. This can be activated remotely. Doing so will trigger the dispersal of a... what the fuck? Dicyanoacetylene gas and powered fluoridated aluminum within SB2101's containment cell. This mixture will be ignited automatically after a 3-second delay. If the kill switch is not successful in deactivating SB2101, no further provisions have been made. So this is like basically saying like this is the only hope we have. Description: SB2102 is an unidentified male of indeterminate age and descent. SB2102 measures approximately 178 centimeters in length and weighs an estimated 48 kilograms. Dude, you are light as hell. You are 5 centimeters shorter than I am, but 30 kilos light. 30. No. Not 30. 28 kilos lighter than me. That's not okay. 100% of SCP-2102's body is covered in hypertrophic scars, a result of the application of its breach protocol in order to halt past URE/2102 events. Due to this scarification, SCP-2102 is deaf, mute, and blind and cannot be interviewed. All data on SCP-2102 was gathered from testing and from surviving GRU Division P documentation. I should ask my cousins if we want to go river floating soon again, since it's summertime. SCP-2102's anomalous properties manifest when it suffers a puncture wound or laceration, initiating an anomalous wound healing process, designated a URE/2102 event. This process is instantaneous, and though both hemostatic and inflammatory phases occur as normal, the proliferative phase of the process occurs at a greatly increased rate, and no wound contraction occurs. Conservative estimations put angiogenesis, collagen deposition, granulation, tissue formation, and epithelialization occurring at a rate of a factor 10 to the power 15 higher than based on human physiology. And no wound contraction occurs during a URE/1202 event. SCP-2102 will continue to produce new tissue at an exponential rate unless all open wounds are successfully cauterized. Based on this, it is estimated that the accumulation of an NK class nerve would occur approximately 4 weeks post-event should neutralization not be achieved. Gotcha. So he basically hyper heals to the extent where he grows. Tissue generated during URE/2102 events will expand into any available open space. Okay. Obstruction are able to delay expansion, but as more tissue is generated, it will exert a mounting pressure on materials. Currently, there is no upper limit to the MPA SCP-2102 is able to generate. Blunt force trauma that does not break SCP-2102's epidermis will not induce its anomalous properties. An application of intense heat will cauterize any open laceration, halting 2102's anomalous wound healing. Tests have also indicated that SCP-2102's anomalous properties would in all probability not persist if all soft tissue were destroyed. Whew. So you basically have to, like, if it starts to like generate too much of the tissue, they have to burn the tissue off. Is that what they're trying to say? So if he gets a stab wound, he gets basically burned alive, just so that he doesn't like expand in size too much, or like grow tissue that expands in size. That is, painful life. Addendum A1: Notes on recovery and preliminary containment. SCP-2102 was recovered from the grounds of the Institute of Experimental Medicine, CSAV, in Czechoslovakia, on the 12th, 2nd, 1972. Foundation agents embedded in the Czechoslovakian government has been aware of the existence of a GRU Division P project housed on the grounds of the institute since earlier than that year, and intelligence reports indicate its focus to be on the development of practical application for rapid cellular regeneration. Following the successful appropriation of classified documentation detailing SCP-2102 and its anomalous properties, a recovery operation was planned for January 1973. On the 12th, 2nd, 1972, at 7:14 UTC/GMT, a disturbance was reported at the Institute of Experimental Medicine, CCAV, and a large number of civilians were seen fleeing the premises. A small Foundation reconnaissance force comprised of members from several mobile task forces stationed in Eastern Europe was immediately dispatched to take stock of the situation before recovery was initiated. Preliminary containment was effected at 23:01 UTC/GMT on the 12th, 2nd, 1972. Permanent containment on the 12th, 13th, 1972. Addendum 2, Addendum A2, except from the reconnaissance log 2102 slash oprec slash 721202. So at 1338:15, command Merrick, where's your location? 1738:23, on the grounds, near the entrance to the bunker. Looks like it's wide open. No hostiles inside. 1338:36, copy that. You're clear for approach. Good luck. Moving in. We don't need to read all the. Do we have to read all the time numbers? Right. Let's say how much time has passed. That's probably easier. So from that point on, around 16 minutes have passed. The smell is off here. Can't put my finger on it. Jones, stop bumblefucking and watch the left hallway. 6 seconds later, most of the labs and offices found what looks like a break room a while back. Most of the files are gone and what they left doesn't look important. Just paperwork on shipments, food, supplies, standard logistical stuff. 12 seconds later, take it anyway. Let IA figure it out. Any sign of the anomaly yet? And IA stands for the Foundation Intelligence Agency. 6 seconds later, Roger, will do. No sign of the anomaly so far, but it might be on -2 or lower. Ashton, start grabbing every scrap of paper you can see. 8 seconds later, keep your eyes peeled, Merrick. 3 seconds later, copy that. Copy that. Command. Okay, actually, probably I will read every number that every box starts with. 14, 13, 43. Almost done on -1. Still no sign of the anomaly. Smells getting. You don't need to read the numbers, man. You're not paid enough to do math while also voice acting. It's fine. I mean, some people have this in the background, so it's probably so they don't know. Like, they probably appreciate a little bit of knowing how much time has passed for this mission. Almost done on -1. Still no sign of the anomaly. Smells getting worse though. We've located an elevator to the lower levels. We'll keep you posted. 8 seconds later. We copy, Merrick. Proceed with caution. 4 seconds later. Onwards, Jones. Ashton, we're going down. I want you to secure... Wait. Command. Any seismic activity in this area? 9 seconds. Oh, no. 11 seconds. None that we know of, Merrick. Why? 5 seconds. I think I just felt something move down there. 14, 17, 24. Come on, command. Come in, command. Elevator's stuck. We went down maybe about a foot before we hit something. No idea Wait. What's that sound? 7 seconds later. Metal warping and tearing. 1 second later, multiple screams and cries of alarm. 3 seconds. Come in, Merrick. What is your status? It's unintelligible. Floor. Something's coming through. Unintelligible. Pry those doors open. 1 second later, indeterminate noise, multiple voices, grunting and yelling. 14, 19, 33. Come in, Merrick. Command. Oh, 3 seconds later. Command. We managed to open the doors and climb out. We got an unknown amorphous mass coming up from the lower levels. We'll command immediate countermeasures. 9 seconds. Copy that, Merrick. We have 2 F4s on standby at Redacted. They'll be with you in approximately 7 minutes. Can you hold out? Pardon, why is it suddenly we went back in time here? I assume that was supposed to be the same time, like as in like I think he copied this section by accident. It was like copying this down here and replaced only the text but not the time. But I assume that's supposed to be the same time as when command said that. Semi-automatic weapons fire. And then 21 seconds later, I have no fucking clue, Command. Right now we're trying every trick in the book, but every time we damage it, it seems to grow more rapidly. Action, see what a couple of lemons do to that thing. And the same time, multiple explosions. 1 second later, Command, I hope those birds you're sending have something on board. That stick costs nothing we're carrying seems to be stopping this thing. Oh god, lord, never mind, you were right, the math was necessary. That's 9 seconds later. Don't worry, the guys in IA said that they know how to deal with this. Get your team out of there, Merrick. 5 seconds later. Copy that. We out of the... 1 second later, indeterminate loud noises. 2 seconds later. Status, Merrick. 2 seconds later. We okay. But this thing just exploded through the topsoil and it's still growing. Those birds better get here fast. 6 seconds later. ETA approximately 6 minutes. How fast is it moving? 3 seconds later. Jones, get out of there! 1 second later. Merrick, what's going on? Muffled cry. 3 seconds later. We lost Jones. He just got sucked on that thing. I have no idea what its speed is and I don't care. Get those birds here now! At 14:22:56 UTC/GMT, 2 F4 Phantoms dropped the payload of M47A1 napalm incendiary bomb, successfully cauterizing the tissue generated by SB2102 during its UER/2012 event in progress. Addendum A3 translated excerpts from captured Group Division P documentation. The following selected diary entries were found amongst paperwork recovered from the Institute of Experimental Medicine. By the way, Howard, how are you feeling? You tired? Because usually Sundays is a bit rough for you. Well, your Monday, my Sunday is usually a bit rough for you. The author could not definitely be determined. Date, 2nd March 1972. Finally he arrived. I swear the Tupolev was shaking more than a BMP I rolled in during my service. The equipment crates were already there and mostly intact. Though two were redacted. Chambers and a Röntgen got mashed. That's a German word. Röntgen is to scan. Got mashed a bit on the train. And the mainframe looks rather unwell too. And with the local staff I kept hearing such things about. Comrade Dr. Ziani, their head of research, has some generally compelling ideas about test subject suitability index based on basal metabolic rate, the Minsk experiments, and a couple other things. Oh hey, other things that might have been a result of Barak Palinka. Yeah, it's been a rough day to be honest, but I live. But if I don't respond eventually, just assume I passed out. That's how it always goes. Let's just see what that number was again. 1760. Here we go. 1760. Ah, the kinder coffin surprise. The one where you can barely see that. Can you see it like this if I do this? I mean, there's no focus on this fucking cam, but it's basically the one where coffins come out of the ground and it's always something surprising, like always something random in it, like there was like one pig that exploded in one of those coffins. So, okay, this is connected here then. Did one of the authors write that? Or maybe not, who knows. Date, 3rd March 1972. Turns out all in the three-phrase plugs are somewhat different. I have a headache. Date, 5th March 1972. Good news! Me, Michael, Kuzma, and the technician Brasnovsky managed to swap the leads and everything and fix up the broken kit, with the spares he managed to dig out from somewhere. All of it works too. Bad news? As we plugged in all of it in for the test run, the fuses blew and we knocked out the power from half the institute. I would have thought that I prepared things to our specification. Ugly news. Looking through the fusing diagrams, it took the three of us half the day to sort it out. Whoever drew these up should be scrubbing the cellars of the Lubyanka. At least we have time to go sightseeing. There's pretty amazing castle ruin nearby, and since Comrade Dr. Oravkova's sister works there, we can go for a private tour. Still, the project is stagnating for reasons this stupid leaves a bitter aftertaste. Date 19th of April 1972. It took a couple chats with the ONV board. the Institute's director, and one angry call to Moscow, and we had the power grid strengthened in record time. And take that, Watley and Weber. Oscar Watley and Norbert Weber, the two prominent British researchers in tissue regeneration, both attended the 1970 World Congress on Experimental Medicine in Vienna and may have met the author there. In other news, they brought in a couple promising candidates today. Not ideal by far, but we'll have to work with what we have. Soon we'll see if the theories are correct. P.S. The trip was a blast. Got Marusha a scarf she will love too, and what is better, entire stock, about a kilo of chewing gum. All it took was a roll of rubles to the shopkeeper. Date 5th May 1972. The first subject looked promising at first. When we introduced trauma, rapid clothing took place as expected, but the process boiled soon enough, and lesions developed. Turns out Michael mixed in far too much neodymium oath, as well as the last straw. I told him if he fucked up again, I will drag his ass to Moscow by his collar. Day 28th June 1972. Why do they keep dying? It does not make sense. Reducing the amount of neodymium actually made the necrosis worse. I cannot tell Michael that, or I will be hearing it for the rest of my life. Date 3rd of August 1972. The cultivation is done, and then Elena, MU Doctor Elena Orakova, CS, current whereabouts unknown, Red, had a look at the histology. The results are interesting, almost like an equilibrium of sorts. The cells divide 50 times faster than in control samples, but they die off almost immediately too, until the whole thing chokes on its own waste, so to say. It's not pretty. It seems that to make this work, we need to shift that balance somehow. 15th August. It's all the same year. I'll say when it's a different year. So we got another candidate, the 16th since the start of the project. Gone to Stillard on Aren Dr. Stillard Siani, Dr. SC, see documentation on Operation Redemption, Red, and told him we really needed someone more resilient than normal people. The mystery came through from what we heard. We got ourselves a counter-revolutionary who spent 15 years in an uranium mine as punishment detail and somehow came out fine. Sure enough, histology results point at his cells pulling a Koshai, the deathless, and his natural regeneration is about twice as fast as your average man, too. Who knows? This might be the one. Date 5th September 1972. I just said a year, even though I just said a moment ago I won't. Preliminary results looking good. The wound healing process does not abort anymore, though perhaps it is completing a bit too rapidly. I cannot believe I just wrote that. I wonder if we can refine the process and perhaps even make it permanent. It was not our original goal, but if we manage this. Day 24th September 1972. I am finding it increasingly difficult to sleep. X16 is not like the others. He is not weak. The others never lasted for more than one cycle, but X16 has been lacerated so many times now, and each time he survives. Today he somehow freed himself from the restraints and attempted to slit his wrists. I should be happy because it means the effect now lasts several hours longer than we expected, but I cannot help but feel bad for him. I need some time off. Maybe still will let me go see Marusha. Marusha? Is that how you say it? Who knows? 15th October. Finally, we have found the right composition. It turns out that we need a little more than stabilizing agent Jurich. Look at that. Unknown Red. Introduced a few weeks ago. It was staring us in the face all the time. Subject X16 is responding well in this medical sense at least. He is as uncooperative as ever. It does not matter. It will be done and over soon. Another little step towards our victory. When you think of it, the man is a hero. And he doesn't even know it. Yeah, because you fucking, basically doing what he thinks is torture. So of course he doesn't know it. 3rd November. Elena showed up in my section of the lab just as I was preparing another batch of the serum. She looked distraught and practically dragged me off by the sleeve. Good reason too. Long story short, the samples seemed to be gaining mass from nowhere. She thought it was a measurement error, but I got the same after spending a day calibrating the machines. I am very worried. I got into an argument with Sillard and Jurich. They say it's bound to be an error and want to press on, while I and Elena want to look deeper into what the hell is happening. 26th November. There's a pattern to the increases in mass and dildo expunged. All over, and it's not just X16 now. I feel the answers at my grasp. I had all worked it out yesterday, but I woke up at my desk soon after. I really need more sleep, and Marusha, I miss her, but still it's not about to let me go. 27th November, we were ordered to stop working on sample analysis and focus on empirical tuning of the composition. Me and Elena appear to be the only ones with an ounce of common sense here. Just a few days more. 2nd December, it is far too early to be up, but I cannot sleep. Today is the day we either produce the very first super soldier, or we start over with nothing. I really do not know which is better. Tomorrow is the day too. There are no later entries in the diary. So from what that sounds like, it sounds like they wanted to create a highly regenerative, super soldier. Like a soldier heals real fast. But instead, they create a man that expands by creating a lot of tissue on wounds. So much that it would literally cover it would cover the whole room after a while. And now I remember what Shoggoth means. Isn't Shoggoth like an H.P. Lovecraft beast? Which I believe Shoggoth was like very big, and it was like shape-shifting and increasing in size, maybe. Because the SCP trope of talking about tomorrow on an entry and that being the end. Yeah, Shoggoth is SHP. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense why it's called Shoggoth, because it's like this growing, shape-shifting skin almost. Almost shape-shifting, not fully, but you know what I mean. Like, I can see, like... I can see what the joke is behind it. Pretty good. Pretty good. I feel bad for the guy, because he clearly wants to, like, you know, not exist anymore, but that's not going to be possible. Not with the Foundation around, not with the people that experimented on him.